Okay, hey everyone, I'm here with Ian Hockley from Dylan Hockley's Wings of Change and the Wingman program. If you're friends of mine on Facebook, you've been seeing me posting about them a lot because I couldn't take not doing a Ragnar this year. So I kind of created my own 50K over 24-hour run, which I will be doing this weekend, Saturday night into Sunday. But I wanted you to hear from Ian. About what Dylan's Wings of Change is and what the Wingman program is. Because I feel like if you hear this, I'm more likely to get some more donations. Right now, I'm at about $300. My goal was 500, and I would love to get there by the end of this weekend. So, Ian, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
So, can we start off? Can you talk a little bit about Dylan's Wings of Change and the Wingman program and what it all is?
Absolutely. Thank you. And I'll start by thanking you. You know, you're like the first runner who's come forward and said, I know we're not doing Ragnar. I want to do this thing anyway. So I know you're going to inspire others to do it. Dylan's Wings of Change is our foundation. You know, it's a 501c3 registered charity, and it's to honor our son, Dylan. Dylan was one of the first graders killed in the shooting at Sandy Hook in December 2012. And after we lost Dylan, you know, setting up a foundation is kind of one of those things that some people do, but we specifically did it because there was a huge amount of money donated after the shooting. You know, Sandy Hook was just such a public thing. So we used that money to set up the foundation, and we started making grants and, you know, running programming for kids. The Wingman program came along afterwards. That came along around 2014, where we started working with a program to help kids to connect with each other in really genuine ways, you know, and it's kind of hard to describe Wingman unless you're actually in it. Like, you're a participant in this experiential program. That's a technical word that really means genuine human interaction. I both am physically engaged in the activities I'm doing. I'm mentally challenged to work with my peers, to solve problems, to get to know each other better. And I'm also stirred emotionally. Like, this makes me experience maybe joy of success or the agony of defeat or all those things in between, because we're helping these kids who are part of the program explore their emotions. Emotions are a journey, especially for young people. So we created Wingman to help them, guide them on that journey.
Where's Wingman being utilized? It's all over the place, right?
Right. You know, pre-COVID, right, we're living in this COVID world. It was being used in schools as a social emotional learning program, and it was in 50 schools, New Jersey up to New York and Connecticut, different schools, elementary, middle, and high school. And it was also being used in dance studios, sports club, and after-school programs, more as, and in those dance studios and sports clubs, more as like a team bonding program. So really getting all of the participants to connect with each other and build a stronger community there. And I think one of the secret sources of Wingman is it's led by the kids themselves. We train them to be facilitators and leaders, so that there's that youth leadership experience, and then peer mentorship. They are working with younger kids in their school, in their, you know, in their studio, in their sports club, fostering connection and developing empathy is a really good way. I'd like to talk about that, and empathy being that amazing emotion that two people will develop such a deep bond over.
You know, I'm wearing my Running with Dylan shirt from Ragnar 2018, which was the first year I did Ragnar here in Connecticut. That was 2 years after we moved to Connecticut, here to Newtown. You know, this time of year, we would have gotten back from Cape Cod about 2 weeks ago. I think our team last year raised $40,000. My team alone raised $40,000. I did not raise that much, but I pitched in. How are you guys maintaining without those big fundraisers?
It has been really hard. When, you know, COVID hit in March, that's just as we were planning to ramp up and get going with Ragnar. And Ragnar being that intense event, 24 hours together in a van, that's just the sort of event that can't happen in those circumstances. So we've actually had to do without that fundraising. There was nothing to replace it. So it's really people like yourself just getting up and saying, I'm getting out there to do it. So we have been living off the bank account and all that money raised. And we intend to kickstart over the summer some other fundraising events as people kind of start to come out of the lockdown phase.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to be helping out as much as I can. Getting involved with Ragnar and running with Dylan was one of the first things that helped me feel like I actually belonged here in Newtown. I'm happy to do as much as I can to help this amazing program that I think is hugely valuable. 31 miles starting Saturday night at 7 p.m. I'm going to run 6 times, about every 4 hours, 5.25 miles every time, give or take a little bit. And we'll see how I do. The most I've ever run in one day is 26.2 miles, but I did that all at once. So this should be easy, right?
Can we be following you on Facebook, Matt?
I will probably be trying to do some Facebook Live stuff. Yes, we'll see. I'll do what I can. I've not done a lot of Facebook Live stuff, but I'm going to try and do some of that while I'm out running in the dark out here in southern Newtown and down into Monroe at times as well. So absolutely.
Excellent, Matt.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
No problem. And obviously right below this video, you're going to see a link where you can go and make a donation. Every little bit helps. So Ian, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.